time I sat alone in the tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI DEFX LOKI Dacat update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. Or not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Good times. I think there was a VeVe drop today that I had no idea about. It was a, oh no, not trending right now. Although X-Men 97 season 2 #1. I should probably get that too. Should probably get that. I'm gonna get that. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna add that to my cart. I'm gonna go to, because like the first one sold out like instantly, right? The first one sold out like very, very quickly, and the second one, I don't know, we'll see. I'm just gonna hit pay on this, and I think it's only $8. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Comment down below if you got one, and I will let you know. Yes. Bye now. So they add on another 64 cents. So this was $7.98. Add on 64 cents for some reason, but maybe processing fees, whatever it is. And we'll see what I get. Come on, Chavi Cat, go to your library. And I got a common, but common number 576. So I'll take that. I think there's only going to be 1,000 of these, so it's a nice little 3-digit. Very good, very good. I haven't seen season 2 yet of X-Men. It pretty, from what I hear, it's very good. But again, I haven't seen it. Anyway, let's go do VeVe and see Ultraman, and they never really do that well. It was at 1 p.m. today. I was like at the gym. I was like, what? VeVe's got a drop today? But let's see what they did. 31. I mean, there's some people that want to collect like everything, right? So this made like less than $500. But it's like number 16 too. So even if you want to collect everything, you get like the first 10. But I guess there's just 31 fans of this that just like, yeah, they want to read the next issue. I hope that it's like that with Dacat. Like I hope that with Dacat, people go in and they're so enthralled in the story that they get Dacat number 12 and 15. And I'm gonna have to redo the script for the third one, because the first one's obviously already done. The second one's mostly done. But the third one, it has like people from Heinecoin, and Heinecoin's not really around anymore. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to. And then like Ladies on Solana, where is that gonna lead me? I don't know. So we'll have to see. Anyway, let's take a look at what OMI's doing, and then we'll do some of the news, because we haven't done the news in a bit. OMI is actually up 2% on the day to 00016, because around this time yesterday we were way down. We were all the way down there. The trend still is down for everything. So do we go to the 00014s, 13s, 12? Probably. Again, that being said, I got more OMI the other day. So I'm a decent bit above 300 million now. Will I ever get to 400 to 500? Maybe. We'll see. If a lot of money comes my way, and I'll put another decent bit into the into OMI and a couple collectibles. I already told people that. Yeah, I was just on with Dr. Fidgetal .e talking about his collect and connect, and we were going over the fact that like. Yes, I believe OMI's gonna have that better ROI, but there's some things that I just like I'm the number 3 holder of Aang, number 3 holder of Sokka. I have like no Kataras, but I'm gonna try to be the number 1 holder for Toph, because she's like the best. As far as popularity with Avatar though, I would say Uncle Iroh and Zuko are probably up there with Toph. Like Toph is my favorite, so I'm biased. But Zuko has like one of the best redemption arcs, like definitely in Nickelodeon history. But for animated history, he's got a lot. So they'll be pretty popular, but Top's my girl, so I got to get a bunch of her. And well, I try to get the secret. And again, like you can get Katara and Sokka for like $10 now. They're $40 at retail. So just if you want Toph, like I do, wait until the drop comes out, and I'll get one or two off the drop. But then just wait till she's like $15 or $12, and then and that's what I'll do. I'll get a large percentage of her because that's what people are going to do. Anyway, let's keep going. That was the OMI, which let's take a look at the OMI. It was actually up to 162-ish before. But let's take a look at the volume. It says 860, but I'm going to say like 600. Let's see what we got here. All right, so 30, 40, 91, so 181, 182. Bing X is 162, so that's 344. Kraken's only 12.3, so 356. Bitmart 114, 470. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 470. Another Uniswap, let's say 475. 26. Oh, another Mexi. Okay. 520, so 532. So really only $532 in volume, which is not great. It's not a lot. But again, when everything is going down, I'll take that. That's actually not bad, all things considered. What market cap are we at now? $43 million market cap. Again, that's a fairly decent market cap for what we're doing here. It could lose 30%, and it would still be, like almost a $30 million market cap still. It'll still be like 29 million. And that's if we lose 30%, going down to like pretty much 0010, 11 back there again. And again, that market cap is big enough where it could do that. But again, however much money I allocate towards Web3 things, OMI and VeVe would get like 40% of it. So if I put in, let's say, like 10 grand into Web3 stuff, 4K goes into VeVe and OMI. I would say mostly OMI at this point, aside from Toph, that I would get. And then I don't know what other stuff that they would do, because we just had Star Wars month, right? We just finished our last turtle. A Donatello special edition sold for 4.3 million OMI, and now one's out for 3 million OMI. Pretty low. Now Donatello, even though he's my favorite, is considered like the not strongest or like the least popular Ninja Turtle. But I want to see why someone spent 4.3 on it. It was the number 49. It wasn't that big. Number 84 is not there. And actually, we look at Donatello, his classic. I don't believe the mint 1984 has been minted yet. And bro, this is literally $4. Like, I'm gonna grab a Donatello at $4. Like that. Now it's 427, but still. I don't believe he should be $4. In fact, I'm gonna buy another one. Because yeah, I get it that there's a lot of him right now, but $4 is very low. All right, hold on. Let me take a look at the. But like people are selling this for 90% off. All right, hold on. 1984. Okay, yeah, that hasn't been minted yet. The 1984 has not been minted yet. $6,500 bounty on it. Okay, let's do Michelangelo Classic. Let's see if he's at. Okay, he's at $7, almost $8. It's $7.95. Okay, let's do Raphael. He's $4 also. And Raphael's a pretty popular one. It's $4.76. I'm gonna get one because Yeah, that's. I mean, and I like Ninja Turtles. Let's do Leonardo, but I don't like. Okay, so Leonardo and Michelangelo are $7 each. Raphael is under $5. So Donatello being under 450. Like, yeah, that. So again, I got a couple because I just don't believe they should be that. They retailed for 40. So I think, and you had the same thing with Aang, and you had the same thing with Sokka. I understand, like Aang got to $12 at one point. Sokka is currently at like 10. So even at $10, Sokka, who's maybe like the sixth or seventh most popular character, maybe eighth most popular character, he's 75% off. But for Donatello, has been around a lot, like 20 years longer. At under $5, this is like almost a 90% off. I understand 75%, kind of, but I don't. Yeah, under $5 I think is a little ridiculous. So and I get it, least popular turtle, but like there's only four for Avatar. There's a bunch of people, and so it'd probably be top three would be Zuko, Iroh, Toph. Um, then probably Aang, then Sokka. Aang would be number four. Maybe Sokka's number five, because Katara is definitely not number five. I would probably put Appa and Momo. I might even put Appa and Momo before Katara at number six. And then you have like Ty Lee and Suki. Suki's great. We love Suki. And then Ty Lee, because she's like beautiful. Azula's cool. Firelord is voiced by Mark Hamill, but he's not that. I would say, all right. So maybe Sokka's number like five or six. Donatello would be number four. Okay, the lowest, but still number four. And under $5, that just seems wrong. So again, I just bought a couple of him. We'll see where else it goes. Speaking of which, how'd that Captain America number 7? How's that holding up? Let me see the ultra rare, because that's the one I have. Ooh, that's up to $53. So I'm going to settle mine for not $53. I'll settle mine for 207. I'll sell mine for $43. Make some of that money back from the turtle what I just spent on the turtles. Speaking of turtles, Turtle Golf says, let the good times roll. Let's get this bread. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for coming on. I had at one point felt the need to send some comics out for free to people, and I'll still probably do some of that. Also, we should do, I think, the giveaway we have to do tomorrow. Let's do the giveaway tonight, because tomorrow I have give me one sec. I have Mariah Noshiner, Mariah, the chick from the NFT Cursed Images movie. I have her coming on tomorrow at 4, and I don't know if I'll be able to go live tomorrow night. So we'll do a giveaway tonight. I'll let you know what that's going to be, or maybe I won't. I don't know. Young hearts die young. Meow 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 meow. So meow meow meow. Okay. Let's do. Okay. Let me see the name of the song. Okay. What movie is this from? Now, it might be in a couple of movies, but what famous movie is this from? Young hearts beat fast, driving down the road, rubber, plastic, metal, glass. Why did you have to go? Young hearts die young. Meow meow meow. All right. Which movie? Which famous movie is that from? Song's called. Well, I won't say the name of the song. That might give it away. Because you could just Google. You could probably just Google the lyrics. Whoever comments down below the movie that song is from, you will go in and win tonight's giveaway. When they're all alone, there's no turning back now. Young hearts beat fast, driving down the road. Meow 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 meow. Why did you have to go? Young hearts die young. Okay, that is all the hint that you get. Let's do. While y'all answer that, let's go to Definity, see if there's any. Oh, they're up 3%. Not bad. $1.1 million market cap. $273 in volume. Good play on TMNT. It's a huge yeah, I agree. I don't know why people are going and I get it. If you're gonna pick a turtle, maybe you want Raphael or Michelangelo, but bro, Donatello. Like under $5 is nuts. All right, what are the special? All right, what are the ultra rares going for for everyone? All right, Donatello is $23. Okay, let's do Raphael for the ultra rare. It's 22. Okay, let's do. Oh, Dogboy got it. It's Karate Kid. Yo, he did it. He did it. Yeah. Congrats, Dogboy. Give me 1 second here. Let me just Dogboy. I'm gonna text me your VeVe username. So I just sent you a message. Text me your VeVe username, and then yeah, you did it. You got it. Congrats, buddy. Congrats. There's using that 80s knowledge. Okay, so did Raphael. Let's do Michelangelo. Oh gosh, Michelangelo. Ultra rare. Let's see what he's at. He's at 63. All right, so Raphael and Donatello are at like 22. And the Michelangelo ultra rare is at 63. I swear, Raphael is not that much. Like they're very close in popularity, Michelangelo and Raphael. So I don't know why one is worth 3x more than the other. Let's do Leonardo. See what Leonardo ultra rare is. And he's at 31. Okay. The people hath spoken. Ninja Turtles at 5 gems is net. I know, right? Like that's insane. Actually, I want to check something. Because oh shoot, VeVe, why you the app just closed? Okay, there we go. Nope, not trending now. Upcoming drops. Oh, we got an Assassin's Creed drop on July 11th. Oh, that's tomorrow. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna have to go way back. We're gonna go back to April for this. Now, where is? I want to go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turtle box thing because these are $5 and these are almost out. Actually, let me check something real quick. It'll be in my notes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Suckabuys, Ren and Stimpy. All right. Small drop. These had 24.31. Oh. Yeah. Hold on. 20. Oh my gosh. Minus 23.69. Oh, okay. $300 this month it has made. Anyway, yeah, it's $5 for a manhole cover or a rat or a pizza box or a mutagen. Now you do have the chance, and a turtle, which I have 24 of. Now you do have the chance to get a special golden sewer, but I don't know how much that's. how much that is. It's got to be, it's $95. Okay. All right. Those are zeros. Okay. Gotcha. Second. Oh gosh, where's the giveaways? Oh gosh, where's the giveaway chat? Okay. Username is okay, and those are zeros. Okay. Be advised. Those are zeros. Zeros in that username. I repeat, they are zeros, not O's. Okay. All right. Winner of this week's giveaway. Finally, a scarce Assassin's Creed drop. Is it a scarce Assassin's Creed drop? All right, hang on. I'm on the Ninja Turtles one, but let me get to the Assassin's Creed, which I think we. Oh, the Star Trek one. The Star Trek one's pretty scarce, but let's see the Assassin's Creed here, which again tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So the the Star Trek one was a little bit. Okay. So the rare on this one is 844. The rare on the Star Trek one was 555, but there were two of them. Like there were two rares that you could get. So technically, over 1,000. Now the secret rare on this is 234, and the secret rare on the Star Trek, ow, my back, was 150. But it also had an ultra rare at 275, and the secret rare 150. This one, there's really only the rare and the secret rare, and then you have a special edition. And the special edition is 1 out of 44, so that's pretty scarce. Yeah, this should not do bad. It'll make more than today's drop. Oh God, hiccups. Oh yeah. Heck yes. Daredevil Born Again is such a good show. What's up, JKRB? How's it going? Meow, meow, meow. Omar loves those. Good evening. Good evening. Meow. We love you. We love you. How many people are proud to be citizens of this beautiful country of ours? Okay. Clarifications for our community in the interest of transparency. We've heard your feedback on the drop closing and want to address it directly. It's talking about the sticker verse over here. Meow, meow, meow. The decision to close the drop reflected several factors resolving issues we've encountered during the beta launch and putting stronger protections in place for our collectors. Not every future drop will use this unopenable pack mechanic. For non-beta launches, we'll aim to communicate the mechanics and outcomes clearly beforehand. We intend to introduce a feature craft for unopened packs, aka relics, down the line. We appreciate your patience while we build this out. Unopened packs can still be traded after the deadline, they simply can no longer be opened. A relic is our term for an unopened pack. Note that relics can be traded. There'll be no changes to the art or design. If we need to extend the deadline beyond the 14th, we will. We don't currently intend to reopen pack opening for this release, but we'll revisit that if needed. If you're facing an issue opening the pack, it's likely you have it listed on the secondary market, delist it, and then try to open the pack. Our DMs are always open for bugs, questions, or anything you need. We also warmly welcome feedback and feature requests. In fact, several ideas from the community are already in development. Keep them coming. Now, they say to message the stickerverse. Do not message me. Message the stickerverse. I feel like Elmo, like, let's be clear. Elmo wants Team USA to win. Don't make this a thing. Like, message them, not Chabi, because I won't see it, most likely. So anyway, they continue on saying, following the request from the community, we've extended the deadline to Tuesday, 21st, July 2026. Need help? DM this account only. No other account is official. Yeah. Oh, I was just in the, I hate how that does that. I was just on the first. Anyway, speak of the turtles. Claritza saying just another normal day, posing with a giant turtle. Thanks to the augmented reality, nothing out of the ordinary. Don't have yours yet, still available. Use the code. You can use her code. You can use my code down below. Either way is fine. She's not April O'Neil. Is she like a incognito Kim Possible? I don't know. Anyway, let us go to Chillin' Vibins. Hey Randy, what's going on? He was on the affiliate show yesterday with Dr. Strange. I had another meeting after. I was only able to stay on there because it was Dr. Strange, is Chillin' Vibin. There was a bunch of people over there. But I was not able to stay on that long. But My Collectibles was on for a little bit, and then there was a little bit of a tease done. It was a bit of a tease. What was the tease? I don't know. We'll see. Let's just say that in the future there might be a new content creator. Which, by the way, VeVe does announce new partners. Let's go over that real quick, because that is the title of this thing, as we know. Let's go to the VeVe. And the VeVe, I said, share your best Spider-Man collectibles in AR with our newest partner, Films to Films? Films to Films? Oh, Films to Films. I'm retarded today. Films to Films, _ Follow your daily dose of film facts, collectibles, and pop culture. Films to Films. It's like nuts for nuts in New York. Excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day? Get hyped for the movie with the first ever officially released Marvel Spider-Man digital collectible. Partner with VeVe Official, the #1 digital collecting app in the world, to give you $10 to start off your collection. Link down below. And only got 4K views, but they have 76,000 followers. So give them some time. Give them some time. Maybe there's other people out that will also make some of these videos. They didn't really make a video. Anyway, yes, Assassin's Creed. Fairly scarce tomorrow. But so was Star Trek. Now, granted, some of those is more scarce than Star Trek. Star Trek did 183. And how many? Okay, is it 40? Okay. 1 second. Yeah, okay, 7K. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, mentioned the cat. All right, let's go over the Dacat crypto real quick, which I don't think really has any movement on it because there's $300 in volume, so it's up a 1/4 point on the day. That's fairly negligible. Anything under 1%, I would say, is fairly negligible, up or down. Originally, I was gonna send a bunch of physical copies to like the influencers and I'll still do some of that, but the VeVe influencers be like, hey, here's a copy, give me your honest feedback. But before this, oh my god, I had so many freaking calls today. Before this, in between meetings, I was in they had like they might still have a video chat. Let me see if they do. They do not, but the cat token Telegram, they had a video chat before, and I when I had to leave, I said love my bays because I had something else going on. Before this, yeah. And in that, they were asking me like, hey, does VeVe have like a limit on how many you can buy? And sometimes they do. Sometimes it's like, it's like 20, where most people aren't going to buy that, but one guy is like, I'm going to reach the limit, like whatever it is. And originally I wanted to kind of hype this up, and I still will, right? I'll still, like the week or two leading up to the release. We don't know when that is. I'd say a couple months. We're ready. We just have to see what VeVe's schedule is like, what other drops are coming out. And there's an episode of Gilmore Girls where Follow Them to the Edge of the Desert. I think that's the name. Or Hep Alien. Lane's band has a couple of names. Might have been Hep Alien at this point. Anyway, they're trying to get a gig. Like they're trying to get a gig with like a music producer coming, and they finally get a gig. It was in New York, actually. It was a famous club. It got closed down at some point. But they get the gig, and they said, oh, it's not a great time slot. It's 1 a.m. on a Tuesday night. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a pretty bad time slot. But you go and you play. You go and you do the best that you have to do. Now, if they have, and let me see, because usually each time there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles drop. Yeah, there. Oh, okay. So we didn't really have anything big the day before Donatello, but we did have a drop. We did have a Star Trek drop the next day, and normally that doesn't happen. Normally the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle drops are insulated by a couple days, both ways. But this time they didn't have that. Now, granted, it's a Star Trek drop that typically doesn't do that well on this app, but most likely, like they're not going to do for me with the cat where they're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we're gonna make sure that there's nothing, 2 days before, 2 days after. Like, we're probably going to get a slot where it's 1 a.m. on the Tuesday night. Like it'll be a normal time probably. They still might put us in the, like dropping on that Wednesday, and you can get, on the comics.vv.app. They might put us on there. I have to say, like, they might put us on there. They might put us on VeVe. I don't know. I might be one of the first of the comic curator program. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it should sell out, I think, fairly quickly. Now, the bad thing is that they set a precedent with Captain America #7, where it was only 1,000 mints and $7. Mine's gonna be like double the, could be double the editions. It'll be 2026, and it'll be more expensive. It'll be at least $10 because it's 80 pages. So, Anyway, that was the cat. Let's do Fias here real quick. No, yeah, Fias up 2.5%. Nothing crazy. $1.5 million market cap. And then let's do Loki here, who I have given. They're up 0.5%. So again, fairly negligible. $124,000 market cap. I have nothing to do with the token. I don't have any tokens. I just write for them. But the guy, Papa Songs, is a pretty good. Is a pretty good dude. Trying his very best. They have a little bit of volume there, and they have a what do you call it? Some good volume there. They have spaces all the time. They have meetings every now, but again, I'm just helping the IP, just writing it. The first 2 comics are done. It's fairly easy to write, I think, partially because it's for kids, and you want to put, because it's for kids, like 8 and up, right? It's not going to be like little kids. And everyone, I think, will be able to enjoy it. It would get that PG. #2 is going to be PG-13, type of thing, and it's decent amount of adult jokes. I don't know that kids will get, but there's also, because it's for kids, you want to put in like a lesson, right? And just because you put in a lesson doesn't, like South Park has a lesson, right, at the end of each episode. This one, you have like 1 or 2 things that kids are like, oh, didn't think of that. So I hope I can inculcate some decent values in those writings. Echo 712. I wonder how long this window of opportunity will stay open. Scarcity of all this major IP is unbelievable. I don't know. That is something that we really don't talk about enough, because you have, sorry, water, just hydrating, and did the sauna before, and bro, I'm pushing it with the diet. Like, I had 3 days off, technically 5 days. I had 3 days where my diet was just out the window, and then 2 more days when I didn't go to the gym because I needed to get my back better. I need to go on the inversion table and all that, and better now. But been pushing it now the past couple days, since I think Tuesday. It's Friday, right? Not a ton there. But yeah, there were times where we had, like, you remember, like the 30,000 comic days, par for the course. But do y'all remember like the first Marvel Mighty drops? There was like 28,000 per edition or I'm sorry, per character. Like the commons, there was 28,000 of both of them, and then like 18,000 of the rares, and it was the ultra rare had 5,000. Like the ultra rare, 5,000 editions. It was insanity. And now we're at the point where it's like, yeah, some of these are like Street Fighter is a huge example of that. We have some of the top IP in the world, and there's less than a couple hundred for some of those rares. Like I repeat, there are less than a couple hundred of some of those rares, and that is absolutely insane. What the heck is that? Give me one sec. Where there's demand, there'll be a person who'll buy and absolutely, yep, agreed. Yeah, so this NFT craze ever kicks off again, which I think it will. We don't know when. Could be in a few months, or it could take a couple of years, you know. But some of these are going to be so insanely valuable because you just won't be able to get them. I would put some of the. I think some of those Street Fighters, like the rares, like will reach over $1,000. And the secret rares you kind of expect to at some point, it's 267, but some of those, even they have funky outfits. There's so few of them, and if you want to, like, it'll be like this generation's Donnie, because there's some of these that are scarcer than Donnie. Let's do Sakura. How many Sakuras are there? Not a ton, right? 176, 811 editions burnt. And I don't even know if that, yeah, it's 159 right now. What's the Sakura common? $60. There's 209. But yeah, like that's scarcer than the Sakura secret rare. And that's also $65. That's pretty cheap. But yeah, some of these are scarcer than the secret rare counterparts, which is insane. And at some point, when there's a lot more people here, there's going to be a lot more editions. So yeah, you'll see a bit of it. My Decat comic, it's on the VeVe app. It might not sell out right away, but it will sell out. I also want to get some also. Like I want to complete the set. Will I be able to? I don't know. Like there's a very real chance that I don't get to complete the set of my own thing. And if I don't, I do know that sometimes, like if it's your product, and VeVe keeps 10, right? Or this one, if they might keep like 50. I don't know how much they'll keep. Or maybe they'll keep like 26. So I don't know how much they'll keep, right? But for the ones for the one of 1,000, they keep the first 10. So if this is one of 2026, maybe they'll keep 20 or 26, like whatever it is. I would say one of those can go to the artist and one of those can go to me. You know, and this way 10% is like in the Decat company. But again, that would be on a personal copy. Maybe we would ask for 3, depending on how many they keep. One would go to the artist, one would go to me, and then one would be under the Decat balance sheet. And I don't know where we would store that, Decat, like, because there's no KYB yet, so the Decat Chronicles would just not have it. And then the rest would go to, you know, VeVe for whatever, you know, it would be. But you know, let's say they just give me a common. There's a real chance that I don't get the secret rare. Like, and I don't know which one's going to be the secret rare. I think I know which one's going to be the common. I think it's the one by the Kings. That oh my god, like, there's 2 of them that are public. I don't know when we're going to release the other ones. But here's one that Greg Weick did from Gakito. And it even says, you know, cover art by Greg Weick. And like, that's really cool. I don't know what, well, actually, I do know what the secret rare is going to be. It's not going to be this. This might be the uncommon, might be the rare, might be the ultra. I don't know. But this one, this is going to be the like, this is so good. Like, that is like, freaking look at this. That is, oh my God, that's incredible. Gonna stack. I bet you Sleep and stack that too. Yeah. Those are the two that we have right now. I'm going to tell you this is probably going to be the common. The other three that we have, and I know one's going to be the secret rare. I won't show it yet, but it's good. The other two, you guys will know. Like you'll probably know who that. It's going to be such a weird thing. They're not like famous comic book artists, but the art is good, and it's like, oh, that's crazy, and it is, and it's fun. Anyway, yeah, at some point there's going to be a lot of people coming in, and you don't know. There'll be a drop that no one has ever heard of. There'll be from an artist or creator that no one's ever heard of, and it'll have 10,000 editions. Why? Because there's just going to be that many people, and they can sell it out, and you'll probably have. What's up, Mr. 67? Yeah, I was got to do that. But yeah, if you have a big IP, like let's say we get Pokemon, right? And no idea if we can get it. I think we can get it at some point, but if we get Pokemon, do you think there's only going to be like 10,000 Pikachus? Do you think there's only going to be like 100? Like there's going to be, that might be the first drop where there's like 100,000 of them, because that spans the globe, and everyone's going to everyone's going to go on the VeVe to get that if they. So yeah, but again, that's a huge, that's like the hugest license ever. Like, let's do something not as epic. Let's say like Sonic was really great. Like, let's say we get Sega, right? And who knows if we ever get them, but if we do, there's probably going to be, you know, like 10 or 20,000 Sonics, right? Because like there's so many fans of them in the world. Even like we have anime now, right? Say like Sailor Moon. Let's say like there's going to be things that big IPs, when this NFT bull market hits, whenever, and again, it could be years. If we have a big IP doing a drop, there's a chance that we could get like 30,000 editions, because it would sell out, and it would retain its value. And when that happens, all of the drops here was 500 of these. Insane. They'll go insane. When we get Pokemon, what do you think will be the first drop? Maybe Bulba? Depends how they do it, because you have, and if we ever get it, heck the diet, heck everything. If we ever get Pokemon, I'll be live for 24 hours. I will take a little bit of the Lucy. I'll be eating pizza. I'll be tipsy. Let's face it, I'm gonna get drunk. If we ever get Pokemon, so that'll happen. But the first draw, how I would imagine it, well, there's one thing I would do as a fan, and then there's one thing I would do as like a company. As a fan, it would be like the starters: Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. And then the next drop would be Pikachu. And then the next drop, like, go in order. Do Caterpie and do Weedle. And then do things where it's like, hey, buy a bunch of these XP or experience things, like give us a fudge ton of Caterpie and Weedle, and then let's buy experience, and then you craft your Caterpie and craft your experience. Then you get a Metapod, craft more experience, craft more, then you get a Butterfree, and then maybe you could breed for shinies. Maybe you could. Oh my God, what I think what they wanted to do with the Marvel things, like the red metallic ones, is they wanted to have like the red metallic things in there. Like, yeah, do a Doc Ock drop and then have like 5 of them be red. If they could do that with Pokemon, bruh, I would lose my mind. And yeah, they could. If you have a shiny, it evolves like shiny Caterpie, evolves into shiny Metapod, evolves into shiny Butterfree. And you do that with Kakuna. And so as a fan, again, starters, then Pikachu, and then you could do maybe Eevee. But then go to the routes. Go to Route 1. And on Route 1, be able to get Pidgey, be able to get Rattata. And then once you're over towards like the Pokemon League, after you enter Viridian City, you have that patch of grass to the left before you get to the Pokemon League. Nidoran male, Nidoran female, you do Sparrow, Yelver, you do Mankey. But then as soon as you get to Viridian Forest, obviously you have Rattata and other stuff before Viridian Forest, but then in Viridian Forest, you get the Caterpie if you're in blue, Weedle if you're in red, and then if you have yellow, you can get a Pikachu. Actually, no, in red you can get a Pikachu. In yellow, you can get a Pidgeotto at like level 9. So like that's what I would do. Is I would say, hey, here's the starters. Here's Pikachu. Here maybe Eevee. Although Eevee you might want to save, and then go and get the rest of these Pokemon, and then use that experience as crafting, evolve them, and then you could have a but get Pokeballs. Drop a Pokeball, a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball, a Master Ball. You might want to save that as well. But do that as the journey. Hey, you bought, you got 10 Pokemon. Here's 10 Pokeballs, like something like that. Like keep your Pokemon in a Pokeball. Like you don't have to. Like Pikachu doesn't have a Pokeball, right? With Ash, even in the comics, he doesn't really go in his Pokeball. Too good for his hole. But do that. Be like, hey, you could have him out there, or you could have him in a Pokeball, or you could have both. And then maybe have a Great Ball once you get to the SSN. That's later, but get the items. Hey, store like in starting in the second game, you have a room that you can decorate with dolls and put a potion there, put a revive there, put a TM there, put the HMs there, and every single thing in Pokemon could be a drop that I would spend money on, and countless others would as well. So that's as a fan. As a business, probably do what they do with Avatar. Here's Bulbasaur a month later. Here's Charmander a month later. Here's Squirtle a month later. But they could do a Pokemon drop every day for years, which they won't, but they could do a Pokemon drop, let's say every week for years, multiple years. And that's just a Pokemon. It's not including the items. That's not including the trainers, not including the badges, not including like the other stuff that you wouldn't even think of, stuff that you can't even really like buy, like recreate Powtown. Like you can get Professor Oak's lab as like a diorama, like Professor Oak's lab. That is brilliant. I'm such a freaking genius. You can get like your mom, like, hey, you can get like your house as a, because you have your room. I don't know where the heck the mom sleeps because there's no, like, even the second one. Anyway, but you have your room, make it a diorama. You have your mom's house where she heals you, make it a diorama. You have Blue's house, or your rival's house, get his sister, get him, get Ash, get everyone. And then in Gen 2, you have the Poke Gear. That's great. You have the bicycle. Like you could have a drop every week for Pokemon, literally for like 10 years. I could do it right now. And the constant cash flow, constant cash flow. Shiny Pokemon VeVe, yeah. Yeah, jizz in my pants. Shadow Lugia on VeVe. Okay, we're going Gale of Darkness. Yeah, okay. You want to do that? Probably do that. VeVe's tapped in like that. I even told David, I was like, hey, if you ever get Pokemon, you have to let me help with it. I don't want money. You don't even have to let people know that it was me, but it's going to be awesome. Pikachu has Pokeball, is free range horse that yeah. Can't be tamed. He wilding out there. Oh my god. My back. They dropped Pokemon Randy would spend all the I would have to. You know how people like back in the day, if they had spending issues, they would legit freeze their credit card and put it in like a block of ice. I would have to go and put it in cold storage and tell my friend, hey, put this in like a floor safe. Don't tell me where. Like just put it somewhere and until I actually went to sell. Because yeah, I would all of my expendable capital. Like I say like, yeah, you know, a small amount of my money will go to Web3 stuff, and out of that, you know, 40% to VeVe OMI stuff. No, like the small amount that I would put to Web3, all of that would go to Pokemon on VeVe if we got it, and then I would stop eating. I would live the unhealthiest lifestyle that you could ever think, and I would probably stop making content. I would do my jobs, and then I would get another job at like fucking Walmart or some shit, and be like, okay, Pokemon, like everything would be Pokemon fun, and that like it is that serious. It is that, yeah. Pokemon is a sickness. It is a like. What am I wearing right now? Lake of Rage, Shiny Hunter. That is, yeah. It is a sickness that I fully admit. I have it. Let a blue drop, the mom drop, the bicycle, too far, bro. Why? You get them all in the first game. The running shoes you don't get until like Gen 3. The running shoes are needed. I'm not walking from gym to gym. That's why you have the bike. Granted, you don't get that until the second, you know, like around the second gym. But actually, you have to beat the second gym because you have to go to you have to beat the Nugget 5 bridge. You have to get the beat that rocket guy for dig, and then you go. Once you go to Vermilion, I can't remember if you need to get the badge and go to the SSN beforehand, or if you can go to that Pokemon guy, talk to him, and then get the voucher, and then go to because his Pharaoh flies him anywhere, right? So he's like, I don't need this bike. My Pharaoh flies me everywhere. But either way, you know, once you get there, then you can do it. And play Pokemon till Diamond and Pearl. They give you running shoes, like yeah, and I think in the third gen you get them as well. Obviously fourth gen you definitely get them. And yeah, that's nice. But then you get multiple bikes. You get the normal bike, then you get the mock bike, and it's like, bro, just you don't need to do all that. I don't know. Oh, you got it in Gen 4. Okay, Gen 3, we all learned how to read Braille. I shit you not. Just Google Pokemon Braille, or just Google like in Gen 3, you needed to know how to learn Braille to progress. Like it was insane. It was the wild like now it explained it to you in the official Pokemon handbook. But what if you didn't have the official Pokemon handbook and you had to know how to go this way and that way and flash and like you didn't. You just didn't. You were SOL. Unless you knew a Toph Beipong in real life. Yeah, you didn't know. It was wild. What were we talking about? Rising. Oh, thank you. Anyway, we got to go over some of the news because we have not done that in a minute. I don't even know. My freaking phone did this update, and I don't know. Did we do that? I can't tell. July 6th was a. All right, yeah, it might be July 6th. MicroStrategy sold almost 3,600 Bitcoin. I think we did do that. Trump says the U.S. is taking over crypto. It's a huge industry. Yep. Photo of mine from back in the day. I had a Boo shirt on. Says, "Don't look at me." Crypto Clarity Act has until August 7th to pass before the Senate leaves for summer recess. Jim Cramer says, buy NVIDIA stock. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects for NVIDIA because that talk's probably going to tank. Donald Trump reported more. Yep, we did that. Who's the new partners? So the new partner that they announced today, I did go over it before, but let me bring it out to you, is Films to Films. That has 76,000 followers over on X. And, you know, and on a space yesterday, my collectibles came in and didn't deny that there might be something interesting coming down the pipeline. Where we at? Trump holders. Gosh. White House says the U.S. government is now setting up its strategic Bitcoin reserve and crypto stockpile. Good. Oh, that's a good one. A shout out to MetaJohn. That is now level 86. Slow and steady, MetaJohn. Slow and steady. Saw your throwback pics. You were so young. If you're referring to me as Crow, with my good friend Lilith, do I have it here? She sent this to me the other day. She said, "Look," and she's Ruby. I'm Crow, and yeah, we were very young. It's 2017, so she was like 19, and I was 26. I don't know why that went like that, but yeah, that was that was just a wild. That was a great year. That was my first year out of the military, and in 2016 I spent my deployment getting to look like Bane. I'll show you. Give me one sec. It was Monday. So I spent 2016. This is not in Kuwait. This is back in New York, but I spent 2016 trying to get to look like Bane. Oh, friend. Let me see where we got here. September. Oh yeah, this is us in Austria. That's where she's from, Lilith. So this is us in 2016. She still looks the same, to be honest. So I think she's 18 there. I'm 25. And then I'm trying to find where my Bane pick. The only girl I've ever dated to ever have better abs than me. Okay, here I am. Here I am. Talking like a hurricane. Okay. Thick boy, breaking the Batman. So I'm about 196 there. Here I am with my good friend Erica, or as Harley Quinn. You see Baby Chavez because I didn't have Donkey Kong throwing the Pokeball. It was just the Pokeball there. Yeah, I'm with the real Peter Griffin, my friend Carla and Erica again. That was great. Great times. Anyway, I went from really beefy in 2016 because I spent that deployment getting huge. And then 2017 was like, yeah, I want to cosplay as Crow. So I lost 29 pounds in like so I kept that body until December, until my birthday. And then I just like, screw it, let's just go. And I started cutting like a lot because I knew I wanted to have abs again, which I did, for San Diego Comic-Con. So anyway, me and Lilith go way back. Our question, need to know your true feelings on this specific Pokemon. If you dropped all unknown Pokemon, you buy all 28 of them, When I grew up, people hated them. I wouldn't want to, but I would depend. Like if they're like $40 each, probably not. If they're like $5 each, yeah, I'll get them. Because why not? They're cool. Like so, Pokemon 3, Mystery of the Unknown is one of my favorite like Pokemon movies, and they're a big part of that. And that it's just a very big thing. Like, and in the games, they're not good. One, if you get like the right hidden power, it can be okay, but generally they're not good. Uh, but yeah, I would totally get them if they were cheap because you got to complete the Pokedex, got to catch them all. But yeah, I've never really used them in a playthrough though. Like I have just to see how they were, and they're not good. Website he spoke to, Komi CEO's David, that OMI page is coming out this month. How true is that? I don't think Wes is supposed to be talking about anything that goes on in those level 100 meetings. If anything, he might have gotten yelled at that before because of that, but I would say that unless you hear it from the team, don't take anything anyone says with a grain of salt, like multiple grains of salt, unless you hear it from the team. So that's all I'll say about that. Foster doesn't revive this token. I don't know what will. I tell you, Foster's been working on this for a while, and I'm very excited to see what comes out. The real Peter Griffin, he's big on Twitch. Yeah, so I actually made a post about him. Give me one sec here. Oh, very good. Very good. In 2016, before I met him. Oh, actually, I think, was it Omar? Give me one sec, because somebody, yeah, I think it was Omar. Let me go to my media here. The heck is the media? Hold on. The media is not showing up. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I don't need just the photos. I think Omar met him and he told, oh, I don't have it. I don't. And he basically told the real Peter Griffin, hey, Randy Chavez, shut up, Meg. And anyway, when I met him, I told him about the post, and he's like, hey, thank you. And then Erica asked him, it's just like, hey, how's Meg? And he's just like, oh my God, who the hell cares? I was like, love that dude. Love that dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yes, the unknown Pokemon are weak, but they're like Magikarp for me. Well, Magikarp at least evolves into something very useful, who's, again, on the back of my shirt. I don't know. Shiny Gyarados. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. What do you got to say about Wes clowning consistently? I don't, well, I gotta be careful how I say this because I don't, there's a scene in, what's that called? Straight Outta Compton, where the guys from NWA are looking at a bunch of white people. They have a bunch of their albums, like their CDs, and they're rolling them over with a car and they're like lighting them on fire. And one of the guys is just like, they can do whatever they want with them. They bought them. Like they gave them money. Apparently there was like a Randy Chavez hater group back, I don't know, so it might, where they would watch all of my stuff and then like shit talk me in it and like comment on it. Not on the actual videos. They didn't want to give me engagement, but they would like watch all the videos and then like talk about it and me, and a lot of it pretty badly, but if you're still watching everything I do, like you're still a fan. Um, even the haters out there, and there's a few of them. I do get sent Wes's posts every now and then. Um, Actually, one of my ex-girlfriends is just like, I should subscribe to Wes so he can keep me updated on your life. But I mean, I think some of it's in good fun. Again, I can't say I see. I don't think I get sent every Wes post out there. But every now and then, like at least once a month, I'll get like, hey, look at this, and it's like a Wes post, and some of them, like there was one that he posted from, like, I was in Kuwait, and it was like it was like old school Randy Chavez YouTube. I had a couple of random videos on this channel, like back in the day, and one of them was from Kuwait, and he like got it somehow, and I thought I like hid those videos or whatever, but it's pretty impressive. I'm surprised he never found my OnlyFans videos. They weren't mine. I was a guest on other girls' OnlyFans. Because Twitter, you know, you can put anything on Twitter. Like if he ever found that, I'm sure he would post it, and you see Chavez in all his glory. One of them, I think the account is down. The other one, I think might still be out there. But yeah, again, surprised, you know, no one's ever found them. If anyone could or would be looking to do that, it would probably be Wes. So it makes life interesting, right? I would rather have the life I have now. I'd rather have a bunch of fans and then a couple of trolls as opposed to not have any traction at all. So at the end of the day, I guess be thankful that I'm, I don't say important enough, but I'm at the level where, you know, you get someone like Wes or people like that, and again, it's what keeps life interesting. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there was you, Omar, with the Peter. Peter. How much time do you think Omi has for a 2021 type move, given all the macro? Several months at least, if not years. Also, I lost my spot in my thing here. Yeah, I would say several months at least, if not years, in my opinion. Because the bottom will probably be in Q4. And then after okay, well, what comes after that? You should have a bit of a recovery for Bitcoin and ETH. And, you know, like Cardano and Doge and all that, but that there is a chance, like this last bull market, where the micro caps got no attention. There's a chance that happens again. Now, I think people will recognize, like, okay, there's companies that definitely deserve that, and they deserve the attention, and most of the companies don't. And because you can't get shares of VeVe, the next best thing is to get the token. Now you can't get shares of DMA Link, you know, or Bloomsburg, like or Fiat, like any of the other stuff that I have, but I mean, you can, but it has to pay through the nose for them. I guess even with VeVe, like the shareholders list is public for VeVe, so you can go, like you can go to Bill Gardner and be like, hey, you paid X amount for these, I want to pay Y for them, because when Bill Gardner got these shares, VeVe was worth quite a bit less. How do I know? Because he got them like the beginning of the year. You want to know what VeVe's revenues were at the beginning of the year? They were not even making $250,000 a month. Now they'll do $250,000 in 2 drops this month. One from Donatello, one from Cap One. They did over 800K last month. So yeah, you can go buy, you can go you can go down the list in the shareholders list and just call them up. Hey, I'd like to buy your shares, and they'll set a price. And you know, so you can do it. David has to approve it, and good luck with that. But you know, it's if you can't get the shares of any of these companies, you're going to want the crypto. And yeah, I know. Is VeVe making special edition for shiny Pokemons? I don't even know if we'll ever get Pokemon. If we do, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it for Pokemon, you would want the shinies mixed in there. Which, be advised, unless there's like 17,000 Pokemon, the shiny chance to get a shiny is 1 in like 8,100. Like after every about 8,000 or so, maybe like 8,200 Pokemon, one will be shiny. So they're the special editions. They're like 5. We have 40,000 of them. You know, be insane. Wes went like a whole month clipping you on X from 2020. Really? Well, 2020 is not, but there was one he had from like 2016 that someone sent me, and I was like, bro, how did you find this? Oh. I had to do it again. That's great. Yes, that's fantastic. I love that. Put that on my story because that's hysterical. The real life Peter Griffin. I don't think Facebook's letting me put it on my story. Yeah, there's definitely a small group on X hating you. I'm sure. You know what they say: if you ain't got no haters, not making noise, keep being you, bro. Yeah. In video games, how do you know you're going the right directions when you see some enemies? That's how you know. Yeah, got the video. VeVe Orange Cloud. So it is still a thing. The VeVe Orange Cloud thing is still there. It's just we don't have a. Okay, now my phone is just not. All right, I'm not doing it. But we haven't had any updates on that for months. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. VeVe Evolution, and yes, all those new weird ass fairy guys too. So Sylveon is cool. Great against dragons, but that and obviously if we're going against dragons, you know, Glaceon, right? Glaceon's a great ice type, and there are really not many ice types for the first few generations. Like Lapras was like the only one, but I think Kadabra and Alakazam could learn Ice Beam, and then and obviously Lapras has that innately, but Vaporeon could learn Ice Beam. So in the first gen, Eevee plays a special part because you have in Pokemon Yellow, Gary gets Eevee, and depending on how many times you beat him or where you beat him or lose to him will depend on the evolution he has as champion. Oh, my back. For everyone else, you can get an Eevee in Celadon City. So you can get an Eevee before the 4th gym. Well, you know, about halfway through the game, a little less than halfway through the game. But at that time, everyone's in like their 20s or 30s, you know, level wise. Your starter might even be in their 40s, depending on how you're playing. And you get Eevee at like I think 25, maybe 50. I don't know. So in the first gen, you don't have to worry about happiness because it doesn't exist. Well, it kind of does in Pokemon Yellow, but in the first gen, Jolteon is fast and an electric Pokemon. Now, electric Pokemon are generally pretty decent because you have Misty, you have a bunch of bird trainers on Cycling Road and under Fuchsia. It's one of the very few things that can hit Ghost Pokemon. And if it's electric, it probably has high special and might be able to tank Sabrina's Pokemon, which are special attackers. And then for Jolteon, I think it can learn Pin Missile. It can learn a bug move, I think. But Jolteon's fast, sweeper, electric, right? High special, high speed, high special. And that's what you would want it for. And it's cool looking. For Flareon has like one of the highest attacks in the game, has a very, very high physical attack. You can teach it body slam, and that's really good. And it is fairly quick as well. So it should make short work of Sabrina's Pokemon. Sabrina's probably like the most difficult Sabrina's probably the most difficult trainer in that game because nothing can counter Psychic Pokemon. So getting a Pokemon that's super strong, that's fast, that can sweep it. Yeah, but and quick attack. But aside from those two moves, Flareon has like no moves. You can teach it like Fire Blast, I think, via TM, but physical moves it just doesn't get any. So it's really not that great. For Vaporeon though, water Pokemon that can learn Ice Beam. Now, granted, the water Pokemon are really useful for the first gym, which too late. But water Pokemon also get a really good second half because now it doesn't do against Erica, who's the fourth gym. Koga's kind of a wash. You know, Sabrina's kind of a wash. But the seventh and eighth gym is fire and then ground, and you fight Giovanni multiple times, so that's a really good one to get as well. In Gen 2, you know, dark Pokemon. You have Umbreon, and Umbreon is generally, I can't tell if this started with the girlies or not, because nowadays, a lot of girls, their favorite Pokemon is Eevee. I'm talking about their evolution, it's Umbreon, right? Like it's Moonbreon. Like that's what they like. It's dark, it's cool, it's shiny as dope. But dark Pokemon just don't have strong attack. They have high defense and special defense, so they're tanky. But they generally don't have like Crunch is a good so Houndoom is a really good dark Pokemon because it's dark fire. It knows Crunch, stab move, knows Flamethrower, stab move. So that's really good, but Umbreon just doesn't get, like, there's not a lot of good attacks for dark Pokemon. Again, Crunch was okay. I don't know if Umbreon can get Crunch. And in order to evolve Eevee into Umbreon, you have to increase its happiness at night. And you have to do it for Psychic. Like, if you want to evolve Eevee into Espeon, and for it to have Psychic, you need to evolve it before a certain stage. I don't know what it is for Umbreon, because like, again, it's not that good of a Pokemon. It doesn't get it like dark moves. They have like Pursuit. That like there's a Faint Attack. Like they're not good moves. Espeon is probably my favorite because Espeon, like, Psychic Pokemon are great. There's a cat. Now the defense and attack is much to be desired, but that special is good. And there's not a lot of Psychic Pokemon. Like you can get Abra, and obviously Kadabra. And they're still great. Like one of my favorite things to do in Gen 2 is to just rock it with Feraligatr and Kadabra. Because it gets Kadabra fairly early after the second gym, before Whitney. And you can teach it the elemental punches. You can teach it Fire Punch, Thunder Punch. You can teach it Ice Punch, but I'm gonna keep that for Feraligatr. But you can do that. Like and it knows Psychic. So that's really good. So again, Psychic Pokemon are great. It can really take down Whitney. And you get, so in the first gen you get Eevee in the before the fourth gym. In the second one you can get him. Oh, I think you can get him after the third gym also, because you get him from Bill. But I think you have to go to Ecruteak first, find Bill, and then you can go back to his house in Goldenrod, and then you can get it from there. I think, because I don't know if you can get Eevee beforehand. But yeah, I would say now Leafeon is just the grass type version. Glaceon's the ice type, and that's cool. But yeah, Sylveon's pretty dope because it's the counter to dragons, and very few Pokemon can do that. Now the Vaporeon in Gen 1, yeah, ice type, can take on Lance. Great. Well, he's a water type, but he can learn Ice Beam. Second gen sucks for evolving Pokemon with stones because they don't open until like in the second half of the game. It's horrible. So that's also why Espeon's my favorite, because I didn't have access to Vaporeon, Jolteon. Like you don't get the stones until the second half of the game. Like you beat the Elite Four, you beat everything, and you have to make your way, really make your way into Kanto in order to get them, and it sucks. Like it genuinely sucks. And even mentioned Houndoom before, Houndour, who you can only get, like, he's a Johto Pokemon. He's introduced in Gen 2. He was not in Gen 1. You can't get him in Johto. He's only available in Kanto for some godforsaken reason. And that just like where was he in the first game? Riddle me that, Batman. That pissed me off so bad because I wanted to use him. He's cool. Didn't come in Gen 1, still grew up with the OG evolutions, adding new guys out of the blue disturbed my nostalgia. I still like them. I want a dragon type evolution. I want to go type evolution. You know, I want all of them. Poison type. John is fast but low defense. I think he's a good look. Good look. RuneScape old school is 100,000 active players right now. Maybe you can do that. Come on. Low-key miss playing RuneScape. I didn't know they had that many players still. I'm stoked. Oh, hiccups. Sorry. Umbreon, incredible defenses. Best evolution, but not my fave. Yeah, and psychic attacks won't work on him. So he can beat Espeon, but if you want to attack something like with Umbreon, you're gonna have a bad time. Unless you're over leveled, Umbreon's just not gonna get the job done. Again, he's tanky. Put him with leftovers, make him have reflect. Yeah, you can do a really good job, but the attack is so weak. But with Jinx, Nicki Minaj Pokemon, absolute racism. Jinx is great. So Jinx is I never used Jinx in Gen 1. I don't even know how you get Jinx in Gen 1. I think you have to trade for Jinx. But I have used Jinx in Gen 2 with Crystal because you get a Smoochum as your egg in Crystal, and Smoochum, who evolves from Happiness. You can get Smoochum to evolve by like level 20. I mean, as soon as you want if you want to spend the money. And yeah, Smoochum is not that good. Jinx is a bit better. And again, Ice-type Pokemon. And the Ice-type Pokemon are, yeah, they're pretty good. Counter to Lance's Dragons. And you could say counter to Red's Charizard and Venusaur. Charizard, that's double-edged sword, but Venusaur, yeah, definitely. And maybe you could freeze Snorlax too. Showed that Anano, the Rotom, that's the washing machine version. Yeah, Rotom's pretty versatile. I know Pokemon was running out of Pokemon designs and they make a washing machine Pokemon. I mean, they said that from the beginning. There's always gonna be good designs. And yeah, also bad designs too. What we got here? I do have a hard stop, but okay, we gotta keep on going here with the news. EU has announced that every citizen will soon require a digital passport to access the internet. I repeat, the EU has announced that every citizen will soon require a digital passport to access the internet. That's insane. They've explicitly stated that the new verification system cannot be bypassed via VPN, and they'll have complete control over everything you do online. Oh, look, the real Indian dad follows me on Instagram, 1.5 million followers. Wonder what that means. Crypto markets weren't built for institutions. They evolved fast. Structure came later. That's why risk is still messy. Definity Solution introduces Forex-style ECN structure into crypto markets. Familiar model and easier institutional adoption. He's small, he's cute, he's cosmic, and he's got a crown. What more do you need? I freaking love that guy. I hope we get a drop of him. I would buy him. O'Malley the other day said, should VeVe save a publication year number like 87 Street Fighter on burn day and auction it away? Yeah, absolutely. They don't even have to auction it away for a nonprofit. They could if they want, but they do that and get some more money. July 6th, 1.4 million OMI burn. Very nice. Oh. Ban Mishishi says the rarest ship in the galaxy doesn't fly. It glows. Secret Rare Millennium Falcon on VeVe. Just 77 were minted. Only 67 made it into collectors' hands. Some ships made the Kessel Run. This one made collecting history. Personal fan art created with AI. Love that dude. BlackRock has bought $209 million worth of Bitcoin on July 6th. Very good. An IG-11 sold the other day for 12 million OMI. Marvel Comics #1 sold for 11.5 million OMI. Bananas. Still on Tuesday. All right, we're on July 7th now. We'll finish July 7th and then we'll me and Lilith again. She came to visit for 2 weeks a while back. This is in 2017. On July 7th, 2023, I had Miss Mexico, Miss El Salvador. I had her on and she had a Bitcoin dress, and she just the first thing I did was ask her a Star Wars question, which is great. Citibank says Elon Musk SpaceX could be worth over $900 a share in a few years. Agreed. The TAC token the other day crashed 88% in 60 minutes, wiping out $225 million from its market cap. $12 trillion Vanguard is hiring new head of crypto. The SEC plans crypto rule changes for exchanges and broker-dealers in 2026 regulatory agenda. Okay. That is also bananas. Coinbase structure secures UK authorization to offer traditional investments alongside crypto. And crypto exchange Kraken is trying to become a bank in Europe. US revokes license that allowed Iran to sell oil. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma has announced the firing of 3,200 American employees. Sharma, who was appointed by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, has also filed for thousands of H1B visa hires this year. Interesting. Polymarket enables Bitcoin deposits through the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Meow meow. China expected to produce over 100,000 humanoid robots this year. Definity token says tech is another big barrier. To trade properly, you need APIs, 24/7 infra, real-time monitoring, and that's expensive to build. Definity solution is to provide plug-and-play fixed API connectivity and trading stack. No heavy build is required. Then and Now Collectors says, things haven't been the greatest, but I woke up each day grateful that I'm still alive. Struggling with a lot lately, especially financially, so I'm listing everything he has on VeVe Official. That stuff might be gone now, but generally when people do this, they do it pretty cheap. Gosh. Full, definitely full. And on July 7th, BlackRock ETF bought $54 million worth of Bitcoin. U.S. government grants OpenAI approval to fully release its new GPT 5.6 AI model. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev says the Robinhood crypto blockchain is great for memes. Wish he wouldn't have said that, but YOLO. Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. I do have Mariah N coming on tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll do another live at 8. Anyhow, I love you all. Class dismissed. Everybody,